She beat breast cancer, but her body was still shutting down. Doctors said she was fine, but every cell in her body was screaming otherwise. In this episode of the Orykl podcast, I sit down with Daniela Renzela, whose healing journey didn't begin in a hospital. It began on a Reiki table with a Groupon voucher she bought out of desperation. What unfolded next was nothing short of a spiritual awakening. We talk energy, past lives, migraines, emotional trauma trapped in the body, and how real healing begins when we stop outsourcing our power. If you've ever felt like something deeper is going on beneath your pain, this episode is for you. Stick around because this one will shift something in you and you're going to want to watch all the way through. Daniela Renzela, welcome to the Orykl podcast. You're one of Orykl's practitioners and you practice emotional freedom technique, which is also called tapping, as well as Reiki. And I know you got into this through a very personal story, which I'm very excited to hear about. But before we get into that, let me ask you this. What is your mission in this period of your life and why is this your mission?
Thank you for having me here, first of all. I'm very happy to be here with you today. And I'm hoping this resonates with someone who's listening. Now, my mission is to heal my body through self-love, self-acceptance, and expand that feeling, that acceptance, and heal my limiting beliefs. And I'm finding that as I do that, I'm able to step into helping others. So my mission is to help heal myself and help others as much as possible and as many as possible. That is important to me because that's where my happiness and my joy lives. If I am not doing what I'm doing, which gives me so much pleasure, just life is so much better. It's so much more peaceful, more joyful. Yeah, it's a good place to be.
And you got into this through your own journey of breast cancer. Is that right? Can you tell
Yeah.
us a bit about that?
So when I was going through this, the whole voyage, let's call it, of cancer, where you get the operation, you do the radiation, everything was going well, was feeling better. One day there was no more energy in my body. I was having trouble placing one foot in front of the other. So I wasn't able to work full time. I wasn't able to do all the things that I love to take care of my family, to take care of myself. So I went to all the doctors. Automatically, society teaches you if there's something wrong with you, you go to the doctors, they'll fix you, you're okay. But that didn't happen for me. The doctors told me, you are fine, you're in perfect health. And that's not how I felt. So the universe tried to slap me and say, Daniela, there's something that needs to change. And I didn't do it, even after cancer. So then it put on the brakes. So it's like, no, you need to change. You need to move beyond the place you're in right now. So that lack of energy did it to me. Like that was a struggle. So I knew after doctors told me everything's normal that I had to find my own solution. And that's pretty scary because I thought doctors were the only ones that could give me a solution. So I found a Groupon deal on Reiki. And so I didn't even know what it was. So I thought, well, let's try it. I know it's alternative. Let's see what happens. So from the moment that I had that first Reiki session, it felt to me like my body came alive, like every cell in my body was actually communicating with me. And what I didn't realize then was that there was this deep remembrance in my body of what energy was because of all the past lives that I was a healer of some kind. So from that first session, I started feeling better, and within 4 to 6 sessions, I can't remember now, I felt like my old self. So it's like all of a sudden now, I'm learning how to listen to my body. Never done that before. So for me, that was an eye opener. And then I thought, well, this is alternative and it's the answer. Let's see what I can find to help me for migraines. And I discovered EFT for migraines on YouTube. So I thought, yeah, this is working. Not only am my migraines better, but I'm feeling good otherwise. I'm not as anxious. I'm feeling more peaceful. I want to dig a little deeper. So then
Yeah.
I started looking at for myself and seeing how amazing it was for me. I decided,
Mhm.
well, maybe I can start helping others with their struggle.
Amazing. And tell me, did you have to believe in Reiki, like especially when you had those first sessions and you didn't know what it was because it affected you, but did you have a belief, okay, this is going to work? Because I'm thinking of my mom who is going through some pain and the doctors are not really able to help her to see where it's coming from. She's tried lots of different things. And I'm wondering how important it is the belief that this is going to work for it to work, or you don't think that that's necessary?
So I didn't even know what it was. I went into not only not knowing what it was, but I didn't even have a belief. It was total curiosity. So
Right.
it worked amazingly, not believing and not knowing.
Wow. And if you were to have it online, do you think it's just as
Absolutely.
successful?
Absolutely. Now what my guides have told me is that it's virtual versus in person is about 2 to 4% different. So in person is 2% better compared to
Yes.
virtual. So I've had lots of sessions online. Most of my work is online,
Yeah.
very successful.
Yeah. And how important is it the practitioner on the other side?
I think it's extremely important. I tell you from my own personal, I can only speak to my own personal experience because this is not something you can find in books. But the
Mm.
more that I step into my desire of clearing my limiting beliefs and feeling better, self acceptance, self love, the more power I have to be of assistance to others. So, in other words, when I've had a big breakthrough and I can feel it, my sessions are even better and better each time.
Yeah. And so it's like you were saying, your mission is to heal yourself, to feel good so that you can give that to others as well.
Absolutely.
100% agree. So before you had your breast cancer, before you had all of this, did the spiritual world, was it part of your life or you didn't, was that not a thing for you?
I had no idea that people out there had a spiritual side other than religion, you know?
Yes.
So I before I was 50, I didn't even know what Reiki was. When I saw this alternative, let's call it on Groupon, I had to look it up. I didn't even know what it was. No one I knew ever spoke about it. And then once that happened, the people that came into my life from past lives who were healers with me, it was like the door opened.
Right.
And then everything that's beautiful in my life right now is as a result of me stepping into that world. It's changed my
Wow.
life dramatically.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. And so, like, what beliefs changed the most pre all of this and post all of this?
I love your question. So, I would say that my biggest struggle and the reason why I had this dis-ease in my body was that I believed that I was not in charge of my life, that I was not the creator of my life, that I was, as a result, I would feel however things outside of me existed. So I wasn't the key player in my life.
Mm.
So we know how untrue that is. That is not true at all. So this for me has been the biggest lesson for me is I am the creator on every level of my life.
And what does that mean? If you're the creator, how do you
Mhm.
actually create? Okay, you can believe it now.
Yes. Yes. It has to you have to believe it here. It's not about believing it in your head. Of course, we all know, but yes, it's much deeper than that. Okay, so how does that look like? Just within my day to day, if I want to be healthier, that's easy to say. Well, you go to the gym, you eat well. But there's limiting beliefs that keep you from being the healthiest version of you unless you understand that health doesn't come just from doing those things. It's about being happy. It's about accepting myself even though I'm not perfect. So when I'm working with people, there's energies that come up, right? Things that people are struggling with. I can feel it in my body because I'm a vessel. It goes through me and out of me. At
Mm.
the beginning, these energies were staying with me. and it was taking a long time to clear them.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're moving through me because I'm in charge. And I understand that that's not for me. It's not for my highest good to hold on to these things. And if you have fear, you're not being in your power, right?
Mm.
So as soon as fear creeps in, then, you are going to be picking up other people's energies. So I'm in my power when I don't fear something outside of myself.
Yes, yes. And so your sessions, how do they go? Just run us through one of those.
Yes. So my sessions are typically about an hour and a half, and we spend about half an hour talking about your challenge, whatever it is that your struggle is, and I take notes. So,
Mm-hmm.
there's certain sentences that have, red lights around them. In other words, this is what you need to work on, Daniela. This because I feel that I'm communicating soul to soul with my client.
Yeah.
So after that half an hour, we're very clear. I ask them to tell me how strongly they feel, what they're feeling, and then we start tapping, doing EFT. So it's just tapping on acupressure points. So that's
Mm-hmm.
borrowed from acupuncture, only you're just
Yes.
using your fingertips. So we tap for about 45 minutes, and I'm in tune with what you need to hear from me on a soul to soul level to feel that now I can overcome this challenge. I can feel more empowered in my life. And I can
Mm-hmm.
see it through their eyes, what's happening. And there's energy moving through them. They may be yawning, they may be red in the face. So I'm looking for all of these things. And then we spend the last 20 minutes doing Reiki. So for me, it feels like while I'm doing EFT, I'm breaking down the beliefs. I'm breaking down the body. So it's like you're getting a shakeup. And
Mm-hmm.
then with Reiki, I'm infusing this life force energy that allows all the puzzle pieces to fall back into place in a way that is more authentic for the person that I'm working with.
Yeah.
And you're clearing the chakras, you're clearing the energy centers, and I can feel what each chakra feels like. And I then take action according to what I'm feeling. So it's very much an interactive
Mm-hmm.
session the whole time.
When you
Yeah.
feel it, how exactly do you feel it? Do you feel it in your body or is it a knowing? How does it feel like for you?
It's a combination of both, but I would say I react more from what I feel and know, but mostly what I feel. So if I'm in a space that feels tight, heavy, then I give it a certain kind of energy to clear it.
Mm.
So I'm
Yeah.
very intentional about where I am in each piece of the body and what it needs from me. I call in certain guides and 100% light love energies that I work with, that I'm familiar with.
Mm.
And I can feel their energy within the session too, which is amazing. It's not just me in the room.
Right. Yeah, you get help. And how did you learn this? Did you study this? Did it come to you naturally, intuitively, or did you do courses to learn?
So I did take courses, I did training, but at the end of the day, everything is experience, including spiritual work, right? And
Yes.
I learned how to feel energy. So interpret, what does this feel
Mm.
like? And my biggest learning, to be quite honest, was trusting myself.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
have to say, when it comes to energy work, I trust myself 150%. I honestly do.
Amazing.
And I know, and I think it's letting go of control, right? I'm trusting
Yeah.
myself. I know that there's something else working through me. It's not just me in the room.
Mm. Yeah.
And whatever is working through me wants this person to heal. The world, the
Mm.
universe wants you to be happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if the client wants it, you will receive whatever you desire.
Yeah, I mean, that comes up every single time I speak to a practitioner is the trust, 100%. And
Yeah.
I know that in your work, you say you also work a lot with the inner child. Can
Hmm.
you explain what the inner child is, how traumas are started when we are children, how we keep those traumas? Yeah, the whole process and how you work with it to release the trauma from. from inner childhood?
Yes, I almost always bring in inner child because, in my opinion and my experience, almost everything that we carry, our limiting beliefs, our anxieties, stem from something that happened to us as children. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people begin who come to see me, being very clear. I had great parents and I had a great childhood, but there's always a but with everybody. You can have amazing parents, but it's not that anybody has done something to you, it's your perception of what happened that
Mm.
may cause that limiting belief, that trauma and anxiety. So once we get when we begin speaking about, what may have happened over the years where you felt this lack of power, let's say. And most people don't remember right off the bat, right? Because you're going back a long way and the memory's a funny thing. So what's incredible to me is as you begin tapping, almost always this situation that happened will become clear to them, to my client, and to me because I'm intuitive. I will see it and feel it. They will see it and feel it. And then they flesh it out. They describe the details. How did you feel? Let's talk about that. And they start healing as soon as they make that connection because all the body really wants is for you to recognize, for you to feel what you needed to feel. So on some level, you shut down that young person because the feelings were big, they were scary, so you suppress it. So
Mm-hmm.
as you know, it remains in your body until you're ready to see it for what it is, to unpack it and feel the feelings you need to feel. So it's sometimes too simple.
Yeah.
Sometimes things really simple.
Yeah. Is it possible that we do not have any inner child trauma?
No,
Ah,
absolutely not. Absolutely not. It may have been something somebody said, something that
yeah.
you heard. And we've all had some tough experiences in our life, right? There's no parent that is perfect, just like I was not perfect. So once that person connects with what happened and and then when you're speaking out loud, it's your limiting beliefs change or the way you view things when you're in your subconscious mind and you're thinking it makes total sense. But then when you vocalize it and say it out loud, it's like, this is crazy. I've been carrying this craziness with me my whole life. I can't tell you how many people say that because when you say what you need to say out loud, it changes completely.
Like, for example, what might have
Okay.
somebody said?
So, okay, let me come up with a juicy one. Somebody had an experience with their father, and he was being playful, and I guess it could be viewed as inappropriate. Well, this client of mine came up with this belief that it was in fact something sexual and they were never going to be safe with a man. So they came to me because they weren't clear on why they could not have a healthy relationship with a man.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was this part of them that wasn't allowing them to even get there because they felt unsafe. And
Yeah.
they felt unsafe because of this situation with their father that had never been experienced again. And
Yeah.
it's all your perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
this person moved beyond. We had a couple of sessions talking about how you feel safe. We did Reiki on that as well. Then you're moving up to your solar chakra. I'm feeling like I'm not powerful in my life. So you're releasing stuck energy from the solar chakra. Then you're going to the heart, opening up, expanding to let in someone else's love. And it's usually that exchange. And the heart is the seat of the soul. So when you're expanding that part of you, that everything changes. The energy in you, energy around you, being able
Mm-hmm.
to speak your truth and working on your throat chakra. I mean, they all work together. Heart and third eye are so closely connected. It's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
now if I'm opening my heart, I'm also expanding my intuition and my wisdom and the guidance. So it's
Mm.
all a trickling of little things that affect you as a whole. It's not just one thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's exciting stuff. I tell you, I love this work.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I love it too because it's goes kind of one layer behind our problems, right? You could have all of
Yes,
these little problems, but it's like, don't worry about these. Let's go a layer behind this. So it can solve so many
yes.
things. And I think sometimes people come for this problem, but you fix the layer behind and it actually ends up fixing a whole bunch of other
You're
things.
exactly. I see exactly the same.
And so, say for somebody like my mom who has pain on her body, she doesn't know where that's coming from. She
Yeah.
might not even think it's coming from an emotional or
Yeah,
spiritual block. It's more, medical, physical.
of course. It's
What would
easier
you
to wrap your mind
it
around that.
is. It is, right? Like it could come from anywhere, right? I mean, where could it come from? And would somebody like you be able to help when when somebody doesn't know
Yes.
what's
Absolutely. Pain all from emotion. We know this. What if I give you an example of an incredible transformation? So I had a woman who had needed a knee replacement, and she was 33 years old. And so that's really, this is something that really troubled her. It's like, how many knee operations am I going to need in my life to
Mm,
solve this issue? So, I have a little book that I refer to, and it's about what parts of the body that relate to a certain way of being. So for knees, it's I can't move forward. So this particular young lady was thinking about moving to the States to be with her boyfriend, but she was afraid of making this decision. So there was different levels within her of what didn't allow her to do what she needed to do to move forward with this man. So within several months, she no longer needed a knee replacement. And in fact, was going to the gym, 5, 6 days a week and doing
mhm.
regular workouts. So she was free from this. So what does
Yeah,
that tell you? There's no operation. There was issues with the bones. You think, how can this work with bones? But it can.
yeah.
So she no longer needed this knee replacement, and in fact is extremely active. So it was about setting herself free from her limiting beliefs, and then the physical manifestation disappeared.
I think it's sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow for some people because
Yes.
it puts the onus back on you and you don't want to
Yeah.
feel like I'm bringing this on myself and maybe you're doing the work or you think you're doing the work and like no 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 I'm good and it's still I mean I've been to a friend of mine who used to be a very intuitive masseuse and I would have this back pain and he would always go into the emotional. I'd be like, no, it's because I've done these sports and all of that. And of course I've got, my L2 and L3 and da da da. And he would still, this is before I got into spiritual work, he would still kind of ask the emotional questions. And I'd be like, stop trying to ask me these emotional things. It's like it's a physical situation, just massage the muscle.
Right,
And
right.
not so that everything is, but it is a hard pill to swallow. And I think it's difficult for some people to accept, like, how could I bring this onto myself? And
Yes.
surely I can't just fix it by talking. I need like
Yes.
physical intervention. But I
Yes.
mean, I very much believe this now. It's my belief that really it does all stem from
Yes.
there. Yeah. I mean,
See,
if we
can
all
I
did
tell you?
believe that, we would have, I mean, shame. I think that the medical industry would go bankrupt because
Absolutely, absolutely. I wanna tell you very quickly about another situation and how energy is very powerful for physical pain. I was working on a little boy who had problems with his lungs, so always at every time he got a cold and a cough, as you know, as a kid, that happens all the time, his parents would have to run him to the hospital. So it was very stressful for everyone. So I found out as I was working with him that he was in a fire in England in the 1800s, and he was in a factory.
yeah.
So once we figured this out, that this was a past life trauma and there was some karma there, that little boy no longer suffers from this problem. So
Yeah.
his teacher actually gave the mom told me that the teacher said, "What's going on with your son? I see that his marks are better. I see that he's at school more. And different?" And she said, "Well, he experienced Reiki." And the look on her face was, "I don't know what that is. And I don't know what that has to do with anything, but okay."
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I love what you're bringing up because it can come from another life. Very much so,
Yes,
right?
a lot of things do. A lot of things do.
Super
So,
interesting. And I mean, that's why I
yeah,
love this work as well so much. And nothing against psychologists and stuff, but psychology only takes you back so far. It can only work with you in so many ways, whereas spiritual work from talented practitioners can heal stuff that normal psychology often can't because it is related
takes
to past
much
lives or
longer.
ancestral trauma.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tell me, I mean, I know that you can help everyone. As you said, you've helped, this little child and older people. But do you have like a client that's particularly suited to you that you think that you enjoy perhaps working the most or that gets the most benefit out of a session with you?
Right. My favorite client. Okay. I have a few of those. And what makes them my favorite is their deep desire to move beyond being so unhappy.
Mm.
So they'll come to me, they've been through, some stuff in their life. That's how they view it. That's their perspective. They've been through a lot and they're so sick and tired of living life this way that they're actually open to being uncomfortable. And me
Mm,
being uncomfortable means doing something other than what you're used to doing, which wasn't working anyway. So
yeah,
I can just see them being uncomfortable and being okay with it because they realize this is the only way of getting to the other side of it.
yeah.
And then there is deep transformation and it's fast and
Amazing.
their families are saying, my husband, is a different man. And I always say, I want to make sure that it's not me, it was him.
Mm,
He was willing to be uncomfortable. I used my energy the way I do with everyone that I work with. But when you truly want to be uncomfortable and are okay with that, that's when the changes happen.
absolutely. And tell me if you could implant a belief into people without a shadow of a doubt, what one belief would you want them to know?
You are so much more powerful than you will ever know and ever be aware of. So, living life knowing that you are the creator of your life, you are the most powerful because you're a divine soul. And it is your responsibility to honor yourself, to love yourself, accept yourself, and life will be good. It'll be amazing for you.
I love
Yeah.
it. I
Simple.
agree.
Most things are simple, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the work that I do because I get to hear you say that and I get to hear so many other people say that and it starts like affecting you, right? I mean, it does affect me, but I absolutely love my job. I feel so, so blessed because I am living, breathing and experiencing this work and it's having a massive impact on my life. My life just keeps getting better. And I sometimes wonder how much better it can get, right? Yeah.
You are
I
limitless. We are all limitless.
yeah. 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 I was actually saying to this girl this morning in the jacuzzi, because I swim every morning and I go to the jacuzzi
Nice.
and I do my meditation. I spend a lot of time on myself. And I said to her, this is an amazing gym. And we're both agreeing that life can be so much better than we're told that it's meant to be. Like there's gonna
Absolutely.
be suffering. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, of course, and I have my bad days and all of that stuff. I mean, it's by no
Yes.
means, I'm saying that this is all like chocolate covered candy, every day. But it really can be pretty amazing.
Agreed.
Like fun and flowy and creative. And
Mhm.
there's no need to have drama and pain and suffering. I mean, we don't. And so I am like pretty amazed at how I didn't know this and how society doesn't actually know this. And I'm like, guys, let's step up and let's just have a freaking amazing life. There's no reason not to. And this is why I do
Yeah.
the work that I do. And
Yes.
my journey and what I'm doing is just so interlinked and I'll continue to do it because I mean it's already too late. I've already seen the the benefits of it. It's great.
And you want
So I
more.
love what you do. Yeah.
Thank
Why
you.
not?
Thank you.
Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel a happiness that I would never have felt if I didn't get cancers. Cancer was the best thing that ever happened to me. It was a catalyst. Yeah,
Yeah, isn't it?
we are
Yeah, isn't it
blessed.
often all of those? Yeah, all of those hardships. So, I mean, I love it. It's been so nice chatting with you, Daniela. Thank you. I will tell my mom to visit you.
I would be
And
honored.
yeah, thanks for doing what you do. Thanks for being on Oracle, and yeah, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thank you. The pleasure was all mine. I feel inspired by what you do. And, if we all do our very best and step into our power, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
Thank you.